Good evening, everybody. Sorry for this chaos. We didn't have this hall at our disposal till 5:45. We're still trying to put the chairs. Ambassador Bajpayee, Ambassador Litman Singh, Ambassador Sibal, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, my friend Hardeep Puri, you were just on the next to me, and Dr. Cholia, he sent me SMS, he's an ITO, so he should be here any time. Thank you very much for coming here. A very warm welcome to you all when you could have preferred to be glued to TV screen and listening to the juicy news of who has hit whom with what for the evening. Thanks to Devyani Khobragade episode, India-US relations have been in news for last 3 months for wrong reason. On this account, I have nothing more to add to what I wrote in my article, Diplomacy is not Dadagiri. The US was wrong. The national outrage in India was justified. Action of Indian government was appropriate. And insistence or reciprocity is a good, sensible thing to do. We should try our best that in future such incidents don't take place. Having said that, we must also realize that our relationship with the country with which we have 35 dialogues going on almost every subject one can think of, from space research to your monsoon prediction, from education to nanotechnology, with which we have bilateral trade of $100 billion per year, and so many other things. We cannot allow this one episode, how hurtful, how humiliating, how irritating it was, to overshadow this relationship. There has been a lot of negativity in the press. You all have been reading it for right reasons. The long list of what's wrong with this. But I think nobody can do better than what a very celebrated editor, I think some of the panelists can recognize what I'm talking about, who said about this relationship. Relations between India and America have slipped into coma, but there is a long way to the graveyard. Then he goes on to say, it is hardly a secret that President Obama has lost what limited interest he might have once in India. His Asian priorities are to the east and west of India. He continues to invest heavily in China relationship because of its value to the American economy. India brings nothing to the economic table. The powerful group of American bureaucrats and politicians who shaped the nuclear deal with India are advertising a feeling of betrayal. In their estimation, India has not lived up to unspoken part of the arrangement. Then he says, relations between India and America have not deteriorated into despair, but they have become dangerously untidy. I don't agree with everything written there, but certainly he has a lot of points, valid points. We all know we have a long list, but I think I will refer to one line of Nicholas Burns, Deputy Secretary, who spoke at the CEO conference in US last year. He said, India-US relations are like a bike. You must keep pedaling. If you don't pedal, you tend to fall off. I think we've been doing a lot more than paddling. If you see last 1 month what has happened, the American embassy has gone and met Mr. Narendra Modi. Assistant Secretary of State, Nisha Vishwalva, has been here. She has been talking different places, touching various points. And right now, when we are talking in this hall, the Energy Secretary is in India, holding his talks with his counterparts. So there's a lot going on. I will refer to one saying of Chinese leader, which Ambassador Bajpayee will recollect. Deng Xiaoping said, in a relationship, if all the pluses are more than all the minuses, it's worth to continue and to expand it deepen it. I think all the pluses of India-US relations are far heavier, far more than all the negatives. So it is in our interest to manage them to the benefit of both sides. I will leave this thought to all the panelists to answer this. can India, US really afford not to have good and close relations? Once we figure out that, then I think all other things can fall into pieces. There's a lot of talk about India not bringing anything on the table. I think our ambassador in Washington, Jai Shankar, he spoke Carnegie just last month. He told that defense contract won by American companies worth $9 billion last 5 years. These contracts themselves would create as many as 40,000 jobs. And Indian IT companies have invested in the US $3.5 billion, which have, according to them, according to CII and FICCI, have created 400,000 jobs. And India has become the largest importer of American defense equipment, overtaking Saudi Arabia. So I think a lot is happening. About the defense purchases, very matter of fact, the Deputy Assistant Secretary for South Asia, Jeffrey Page, who was here earlier as DCM, he said defense sales allow us to get to know each other better, which is crucial to building a closer partnership. We view our defense sales as a means to the greater end of building a strategic partnership that will foster cooperation in areas of mutual interest. We have such a distinguished panel. I welcome each one of them and thank them for their time. And we couldn't have found a better person to chair is Ambassador Bajpai. He needs no introduction. He was my boss long back. He is a genius to me. How big a genius he is, you can realize by the fact when he joined the Foreign Service, I was 4-year-old. So we are still babes in the boat in front of Bajpai Sahab. Thank you very much for listening to me. Now I hand over proceedings to Ambassador Bajpai, who will chair this. Thank you.